Hello. For this module, we were to explore 6 new web applications. And for the artifact, I created a Padlet, which was one of the tools that I explored this week. But I also wanted to do a screencast just to give you a brief overview and kind of talk about my favorite parts of each of the tools. So the first tool that I explored was Padlet. That's where I'm at now. So Padlet allows you to create an interactive and digital wall. Students can collaborate together, so you can, based on the privacy settings, you can have multiple students in one Padlet and they can add and edit at the same time, which I think is really helpful when you're doing collaboration projects. You can also change the settings where no one can edit or all the people in the world can edit, whatever you want. And so as a teacher, you just have to make that decision. There are a variety of backgrounds and layouts that students can choose from. I liked Padlet because it was Google and Microsoft friendly, and so my school's a Microsoft school, so they could log in automatically with their student account, which makes things a lot faster. And I like the layout. There's a free version that has a lot of options available, and then there's also upgrades if you wanted to do that, but you can do most everything on the free version. And so if you want more information about Padlet, that's the green square right here. I have a couple articles linked in, and then this YouTube video was really helpful when I was trying to see the ins and out of Padlet. The second tool that I want to talk about is Poplet, and Poplet is a mind map creating tool. I'm sure some of you have already seen, but students can collaborate by making these mind maps. And so this is a sample picture of one. And just like Padlet, multiple students can edit at the same time. This application is also Google and Microsoft friendly. And not only can students add text, but they can add videos and images. And I think that helps kind of tie in all types of media, which I think the kids love to do. And it's helpful, like, oh, I want to know more about the earth. I'm going to embed this video right here, and now I can lead my audience to this video for more information. And then it's always nice just to have a product that's nice and clean, and Poplet does that. One thing I didn't really love is that students have their own account, which is not unique, but there's no setting where I could create a class and my students would be under my class, which usually helps me manage my students. And so that's something to think about depending on how many students you have and how many accounts you're going to be kind of keeping up with. But I did like all the media that you could add in and just the cleanliness of this application. So if you wanted to learn more, that's the little yellow box over here, and I have a video tutorial, and then it leads you to the website. The next one is Wufoo, and this is an online form builder. It's under SurveyMonkey, so I'm sure you're familiar with that. And students can make their own forms and surveys to collect data. So I have my students doing Genius Hour this year, and a lot of my students want to produce surveys and give them to their classmates. And so I was really intrigued learning more about this because now I can send them somewhere. I think that it's a little tricky to kind of learn the ropes of the program. It's not as easy as maybe Office 365 forms, but the reports that Wufoo generates at the end are kind of worth the effort that it takes to learn the program. And so I'm excited to share this with my students. I also really like Wufoo's help page. And so at the bottom of my Padlet bar over here, I have a video, and this will lead you to their help page. And there's like 7 videos giving you help on different items. So they take you step by step, which is really great. Okay, so then the next one is ThingLink, and that's going to be down here. It's the bottom green one. And this is allowing images to become interactive. And so I'm going to take you to their website. It's easy to get an account. There's a free version, and you can do a lot with that free version. And so what this does is students can take an image and create these hot spots over different parts of the image. And so if you're collaborating with a group, maybe you would divide this image of Croatia. Okay, hey, someone go take and learn about this statue, and you can click on it and add a link or add a video or add a few sentences explaining it. And then different students can hit different parts of the picture, and media pops up. And so as an audience member, I'm not only seeing this beautiful image of Croatia, but I'm seeing these hot spots that have been added in. And I think it kind of just takes working with images to the next level. And that's pretty user friendly. And I think the possibilities are endless. You can do political cartoons, you could do text, and they could be annotating that way. And so I'm excited to kind of start playing around with that one. The next one is Comic Life, and this is pretty self-explanatory. It's creating comics with your own images. The biggest downside I saw with Comic Life is that there's only a 30-day trial for free. And so if you go past the 30 days, you do have to upgrade. You do have to pay, unless you're like creating new accounts every month, which sounds exhausting. But they do have educational packages. So maybe if you had money in your budget, you could do that. And so they have tons of different templates that students can choose from. They have templates like from the 1960s and the 1970s, and they have manga templates, and they have thought bubbles and speech bubbles. It's just really awesome. My students love to read comics and they love to read manga, and I think like if I had this tool in my classroom and this is one of their choice board activities, I think they would be so excited to try to like figure out how to make their own comic. And they've done it before where they've had to draw them out, but this program makes them look really professional, and I think they'd be more proud and they'd want to share it. And then, I don't know, it's making it more engaging. And so I think I'm going to try out the 30-day trial. And so that's Comic Life. On my Padlet, I have posted a blog post and then some tutorials. And that's the pink one right here. And the last tool that I need to talk about is Seesaw. And Seesaw is this yellow Padlet bar down here. And I've been using it this year because I'm an ELA teacher, and one of my goals for the year was to have digital portfolios. I was very frustrated at having like 125 manila folders sitting in my room. Students were throwing work in there. Nothing was happening. There was no reflection. And at the end of the year, I'd be like, take your folder. I don't ever want to see it again. And so I wanted to change that mindset, and I was searching for a digital portfolio platform. My school, my academic coach did not let me do a blog, which is what I originally wanted because of privacy. And so a couple modules ago, I think somewhere it mentioned Seesaw, and I was like, I'm going to try it. Okay, so Seesaw, I'm not going to log into my account because I want to protect my kids, but Seesaw is free. You can have up to 10 classes and 2 teachers per Seesaw. The thing about the free version is that students' Seesaws won't transfer each year, but if you do upgrade, then their portfolios will stay with them each year, whoever's using them. So with Seesaw, students can upload video, they can upload links, they can upload images, they can make comments to their classmates. So I've created 5 classes, and my students have joined that class, which makes it super easy for me to manage. They say, Miss Fahey, I've lost my login information, and I can just look it up, and it's just fast. My students like to see the work of their peers, and then I've also been able to invite parents, and so parents can request approval to see their students' portfolio. And I've had parents commenting on their students' work, and it's been really great to see that engagement. So I love Seesaw. I also really like that I approve every comment or every post. And so if it's not done to the standard or it's inappropriate, whatever the case, then I can decline it and say why. And then if I approve it, then it gets posted to the class journal, and then the classmates see it. And so I can't like rave about Seesaw anymore. But if you are interested in any of these tools, I would suggest just kind of perusing the Padlet. I know that this screencast went a little long. I apologize. I'll put both of these on my blog post, and I hope you have fun exploring. Thank you for listening.